Hi, I'm Eduardo Rosas and I'm back with another Summary Wednesday. During this and the next 4 to 5 weeks, we're going to be talking about how you can use version control tools such as Visual Studio Team Services and GitHub for you to both share code and have a better experience when developing multi-platform, cross-platform applications. So the idea behind this is that I suddenly found myself coding an application on my Windows PC, and I suddenly noticed, of course, I cannot create a Mac project inside of my Windows application, my Windows PC. So I took my project on a memory stick and I went over to my Mac and I created this Mac project, but I had to go on from one computer to the other using a USB stick, and it was, well, it's not the best experience, And if you suddenly want to, you were coding on your Mac and you had to run out of your office and took your Windows PC with you, and during the trip, while you don't have your Mac, you want to continue developing your application, and you suddenly realize that you don't have the memory stick and that the project that you have on your Windows PC is outdated. Not a great experience. So I figured there has to be a better way, and there is, and the answer is in the next videos. I'm actually using Visual Studio Team Services to share or to have the code available on both my Windows PC and my Mac computer. And also at the end I have a couple of bonuses. Of course, we are going to integrate GitHub a little bit. We're going to be talking about it just a little bit. So without further ado, jump in, and I hope you like it. By the way, I'm sorry, this will only take a couple of seconds. I'm offering my Xamarin course that I have on Udemy, my premium Xamarin course that I have on Udemy, that is now 9.5 hours of premium content. I'm offering it to all of my YouTube subscribers, all of my YouTube viewers, with a good discount. So if you want to check it out, it's in the description below. And yeah, now go ahead and watch the video. During the next videos, we're going to be talking about version control and how you can use version control tools such as Visual Studio Team Services and GitHub, not only to keep control of the versioning of your applications and to keep your application safe in the cloud, but also a way to share a project between Visual Studio on your Windows PC and Xamarin Studio on your Mac. So I'm actually going to focus on really taking advantage of these tools and being able to code the same project on both your PC or your Mac. This can be very useful on many scenarios. For example, for me, I find it very useful to suddenly be coding on my PC and I suddenly don't have my PC on hand because I'm traveling or I don't know, and I took my Mac with me. But my project is in the cloud, so I can just download it into Xamarin Studio and keep coding on my Mac. Or for example, if you want to be coding on your Mac when you're building the iOS application or your Mac application, you can do so, checking your changes, and then on your PC develop the application for Windows, for example. So there are a couple of things that I need to do first, and that is to create a couple of accounts. One is going to be a Visual Studio account, and one is going to be a GitHub account. So this is actually a Visual Studio Team Services account, and it's fairly easy to create. All you have to do is go to visualstudio.com and you will find this big button about getting started for free on Visual Studio Team Services. And when you click it, you're going to be navigated to create your own repository. So for example, here I can create my own custom URL for my own Visual Studio. I don't know, in this case I'm going to use something very similar to my email, and I'm going to click on continue, and after a couple of seconds I'm going to be redirected to my own dashboard. So let's just wait for a second, and here I got my dashboard, and I'm not going to dig very deeply into the dashboard, but I will guide you through the steps needed for you to create your project and store your project here on Visual Studio. So you of course may have some getting started guides. I'm not going to focus on that right now, but I am going to move on to create my GitHub account. So it's fairly simple. You go to github.com and it's actually right here, the sign up form. So I can pick a username, and I can use my email account as well, and create some password and sign up for GitHub. And of course, I'm going to just use a free repository right now. No need for us to pay for the repository. For everything that we're going to be doing, it doesn't require a private, unlimited paid repository. So I'm going to finish the sign up. And here I am on my GitHub repository. So these are the two accounts that we're going to be needing to move forward with the next videos.